Hi everyone, welcome to YouTube channel, Easy Trick Education. Today we will discuss about some important tricks to write and remember. Trick number 1, improve the vocabulary. Use dictionary book. Use dictionary app from Play Store. Make the list of unfamiliar words as you read and look them in dictionary. Trick number 2, come up with questions about the text you're reading. Asking the question about what you are reading can help to improve your reading and writing. Now trick number 3, write the summary what you read. Trick number 4, read topic, content, chapter, paragraph, in your own view. Trick number 5, never memorize the book line by line. Remember each word of sentence and read and take the concept in your own view. This is the best method to remember the question and answer for long time. Trick number 6, while solving the question answers. Read the question carefully 3 to 4 times and solve the question. Now another trick, for answering the questions, start answering from first question. If middle and tail questions are mentioned in questions, always start answering from first question. Then middle question, then tail questions. Now let's start answering the questions for full mark. Questions number 1, define blood. Write the composition, function, and clinical significance of formed elements. For 10 and 8 marks. Tons. Blood is a fluid connective tissue present in circulatory system which is red in color due to presence of hemoglobin. Normal blood volume present in adult human is 5 to 6 liter, 1/10 of body weight. The study of blood is called hematology. Blood pH is 7.4, specific gravity is 1055 to 1060. Composition of blood. Blood contain plasma 55% and cellular elements 45%. Cellular elements contain RBC erythrocytes, WBC leukocytes, platelet thrombocytes. When we centrifuge the blood, we can see plasma, white blood cells, red blood cells, platelets. You can see here composition of plasma content water 91.5%, protein 7% and other solutes 1.5%. Protein part of plasma content albumin, globulin and fibrinogen. Other solutes part contains electrolytes ions like sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, chloride etc. gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen nutrient like glucose, amino acid, fatty acid. These are the components of plasma. Now let's discuss about other part of questions, that is function of blood. Now come to the next slide. Function of blood. 1. Transport of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Transport of oxygen from lung to the tissue and carbon dioxide from tissue to the lung. 2. Transport of hormones, vitamins, drugs and chemicals. These substances are transported from one part of the body to another. 3. Transport of waste products. Metabolic waste products like urea, uric acid and creatinine are transported by blood to the kidney and other excretory organs. 4. Supply of nutrition to the various tissues. Supplies absorbed from material from GIT to the tissues. 5. Maintenance of acid-base balance. Blood has various blood buffer effects which maintains acid-base balance. 6. Regulation of body temperature. Body distributes the generated heat to all part of the body. 8. Protection against infections. Leukocytes presents in the blood helps to protect from foreign particles. 9. Helps in blood clotting. Blood forms clots during injury and preventing the blood from loss. Now come to the next part of questions, that is clinical significance of formed elements. Clinical significance of formed elements. Formed elements of bloods are RBCs, erythrocytes, WBCs, leukocytes, platelets, thrombocytes. Before clinical significance, we will discuss about normal value of blood cell. In given table, we have mentioned normal value of blood cell size in micrometer and normal value in number of cell per cubic millimeter. Follow the given table for the normal values of blood cells. Now let's discuss about clinical significance. First we have to understand that what is clinical significance. Clinical significance means result of increased and decreased in value, size and abnormalities of cells. Here is the clinical significance of blood cell. Decreased count of RBC called anemia, and increased count of RBC called polycythemia or erythrocytosis. Decreased count of WBC called leukopenia and increased count of WBC called leukocytosis or leukemia. Now decreased count of platelet called thrombocytopenia and increased count is called Thrombocytosis. Just now we have discussed long question, related to blood. I have described in proper way. If you follow this step in exam, absolutely, you will get full mark. Now come to the next question for 5 mark. Question number 2, what is blood volume? Write down its variation and determination. Answer, it is the total amount of blood present in the body. Total volume of blood is around 5 to 6 liter, in an average adult male, 70 milliliters per kilogram of body weight. Female have lower blood volume than male. Variation of blood volume. Physical variation includes, increased in pregnancy and after meals, and decreased in prolonged standing. Pathological variation includes, increased in polycythemia and congestive cardiac failure, or decreased in, after hemorrhage, burns, vomiting and diarrhea. Now let's discuss about, determination of blood volume. Blood volume can be determined by following way, determined by measuring the plasma volume and cell volume separately. Also can be calculated by measuring the plasma volume and calculating the volume of formed elements. Determination of cell volume. 1. The RBCs from O individuals can be tagged with radioactive like radioactive iron and phosphorus. 2. A known amount of tagged RBCs is injected into the individual, whose blood volume is to be measured. 3. The RBCs with radioactive substance is diluted in the blood of the individual. 4. From this dilutions, RBC volume can be calculated. Determination of plasma volume. 1. Determined by dye dilution techniques. 2. In this method, a known amount of non-toxic dye is injected into the individual. 3. Time is allowed for the distribution of dye. 4. After a reasonable time, plasma sample is collected and the concentration of the dye in plasma is measured. 5. Measured by the following formula. Plasma volume equal to, amount of dye injected. By concentration of dye in plasma. Total blood volume is calculated by TBW equal to plasma volume by 100 minus hematocrit into 100. Just now we have discussed about blood volume. Let's start another question, for 3 mark. Question number 3, what are formed elements of blood? Write down its normal values. Answers of this question is mentioned in first number question ans. Now let's talk about another question. For 2 mark. Question number 4, define the term anemia and polycythemia. Answer, anemia from Greek word anemia, which mean lack of blood. Anemia is a decrease in number of red blood cells and less than the normal quantity of hemoglobin in the blood. Polycythemia erythrocytosis is defined as an increase in red blood cells and hemoglobin. Thank you for watching. If you like our video, please like, subscribe and share to your friends. For more information about medical question, MCQs, subscribe our channel.